If you enjoy the world building of the John Wicks, then we have a lot of fun stuff in store. We have new characters, new levels of action for John Wick action, the production design, the scale, the scope, a lot of big rooms, high ceilings. We're in Berlin, we're in Paris. We have amazing thespians and costume design.
Being Hollywood royalty has its perks. And Keanu Reeves is as close to Hollywood royalty as it gets. His every move is watched by the media, leaving him with few private moments. While most of us can laugh off awkward moments in private, Keanu's often end up caught on camera for everyone to see.
It's a story that's blowing up social media in Windsor tonight. The Spitfire signing an overager, better known for his slow-mo karate than flashing a glove as a goaltender. CTV's Bamba Lachico shows us Matrix star Keanu Reeves became a Windsor Spitfire for at least a day.
What could have possibly happened to the Hollywood star? And how did it end up on the internet? Join us as we take a look at these Keanu Reeves moments that, if not recorded, no one would believe. An unpleasant interview. Prior to the release of the 4th edition of John Wick, GMB's entertainment editor was interviewing the Hollywood legend. Keanu Reeves looked stunned when Richard asked about a car stunt, asking if it comes naturally to the Hollywood star, as he, on the other hand, could not even reverse park. Reeves was taken aback by the question and replied dryly that it was possible. Richard, sensing that something was wrong, then awkwardly laughed and noted that he does not even own a car, so probably that would explain why he could not. The star seemed taken aback by the harmless question before pulling a face and slightly rolling his eyes as he looked towards his director. The awkward moment seemed to linger as Richard then asked how much the star had been insured for and if anyone had been injured on set. Richard then noted the difficulty involved in filming the movie, as he was on a knife's edge throughout the film.
I actually didn't have any wish lists for Chapter 4. I had more story wish lists, but Chad Stahelski had a very long wish list, and it looked really good.
Keanu Reeves, once again, not comfortable with the question, seemed to pull a face, as he replied that no humans were injured during the making of this. John Wick director Chad Stahelski, noticing the interview was going in another direction, quickly interfered and commented on how proud they are of the fact that they have not for once had an injury on the set of the movie in all its 4 installments. There would be other awkward moments involving the 4th installment of the John Wick franchise. But where would this one take place? Roman Kemp cringes Reeves. Like many interviews about John Wick 4, things got off to an awkward start when Roman Kemp sat down with Keanu Reeves to discuss the film, and they didn't exactly ease up as the interview went on. Earlier, the Capitol Breakfast Show host spoke to Keanu about the latest installment in the John Wick film series, and it is safe to say that he went about his questioning in a very unconventional way. Chock full of very specific British references, Roman began by asking the Matrix star whether he thought John Wick could take Joe Wicks in a fight. Reeves, in his response, noted that although it would be difficult for people to believe,
Let's see, I think with each film, Chad Stahelski, the director and visionary of John Wick, is always inventing and creating and raising the bar.
John Wick doesn't really like to fight. So instead of gearing the conversation towards fighting, he noted that they could just talk about life and fitness. Later, Roman asked Keanu Reeves whether he thought his character would know the price of a halogen light bulb, a question in relation to the hardware store Wick's, and if he was an Arsenal fan. When Keanu Reeves explained that he wasn't, Roman, a little disappointed, noted that Arsenal were very close to winning the league, and he also pressed on, asking Reeves if he thought Arsenal were going to win the league. Reeves, obviously not a fan of the sport, noted that he did not know, But as always in Keanu Reeves' style, he wished every party involved good luck. Reeves has always made sure to keep his private life private and try as he might. Sometimes, even he struggles. When could he not keep his private life under wraps? Hollywood twist of fate. Keanu Reeves recently addressed his long-rumored crush on Sandra Bullock during an appearance on The One Show. The nostalgia hit hard as they reminisced about their chemistry on the set of the 1994 classic Speed, where sparks flew, though neither actor seemed aware of it then. As the conversation shifted towards Speed's 30th anniversary, co-presenter Gabby Logan stirred the pot.
Sandra Bullock is celebrating a rare outing with Keanu Reeves. The Oscar winner celebrated the 30th anniversary of Speed alongside her co-star and director Jan de Bont at a special screening of the 1994 film at Beyond Fest October 8th.
Bringing up the playful possibility that Reeves and Bullock had mutual crushes during filming. Their recollection of their time on set brought about a set of exciting sounds from both actors. Reeves, especially, recalling their professional camaraderie, could not do so without a wide grin plastered across his face. With a twinkle in his eye, he stated how professional they both were toward each other. Fans have long speculated about the Speed duo's chemistry. While they raced through rush hour, audiences dreamed of romance. Although their sparks never ignited, their friendship flourished. And this has led to a reunion in the lake house. Sandra Bullock recalled how Reeves surprised her with champagne, truffles, and flowers, casually saying he just thought she might want to try champagne and truffles, with a casual charm. It was moments like these that made her admire Reeves even more. Reflecting on their dynamic, she explained that when she first met him, she would spend as much time as she could filling a silence. The dynamic of their friendship was quite unique. The more she talked, the quieter he would get. This back and forth led to delightful misunderstandings, with Reeves often following up with a note or package in response to her musings. It was clear he was a true gentleman.
Beautiful person, a special artist, and his grace and dignity, his shining light of character was just something really special.
While their crushes lingered in the air, she emphasized that their relationship never crossed into romance territory. According to her, he is a guy who is friends with every woman he's ever dated. She also notes how no one has something horrible to say about him. She appreciated their unique bond, built on respect and admiration, rather than romantic entanglement. The pair's confessions about their crushes came to light during separate appearances on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. Bullock swooned over Reeves's charm, admitting that keeping a straight face around him was tough. He would look at her, and she would struggle to keep it together, she noted. Reeves echoed the sentiment on his end, revealing he was equally obsessed, but blissfully unaware of Bullock's affections. Despite the romantic what-ifs, Bullock and Reeves have continued to support each other in their respective careers, sharing mutual admiration from afar. As they navigate Hollywood's ups and downs, their bond remains an inspiring reminder of genuine friendship in an industry often marred by fleeting relationships. Keanu Reeves is a name that guarantees success whenever it is mentioned as part of a movie. But can the same be applied to the world of comics? Uncharted territories. Keanu Reeves's first novel will continue the story of his best-selling B.R. Zarker comic series. After decades as a successful and respected actor, Reeves entered the comics industry in grand fashion with Berserk, which debuted to universal acclaim and massive sales. Now Reeves is joining forces with award-winning author China Miéville for an exciting new novel set in the world of Berserker.
Keanu Reeves co-authored a new science fiction novel with award-winning author China Miéville and Juju Chang, who's with us now, sat down with the duo to discuss the Book of Elsewhere.
Greg Evans revealed the novel, titled The Book of Elsewhere, will be published by Del Rey, an imprint of Penguin Random House. Deadline did not report any details on the plot or setting, but did confirm it will be set in the universe of Berserker. Both Reeves and Miéville were excited to collaborate on the Book of Elsewhere, with Miéville quoted as saying, "Sometimes the greatest games are those you play with other people's toys." One thing is certain, both parties are excited for what is to come. Berserker is one of the biggest and most surprising success stories in 21st century comics. The character, an immortal assassin who seeks release from his existence, was first brought to life by Reeves, writer Matt Kindt, and artist Ron Garney. The first issue of BRZRKR was an instant success, selling out of multiple printings and becoming one of the best-selling comics of the century. The series recently concluded with issue 12. However, this issue was far from the end of Berserk. A special one-shot drawn by Steve Scrose, titled The Poetry of Madness, was released in 2023. With the publication of the Book of Elsewhere, Berserker became a multimedia franchise. Reeves picked a master collaborator in China, Miéville. One of the most exciting speculative fiction writers working today, Miéville's dense and mind-blowing novels have earned him praise from both fans and critics alike. His novels include The City and the City and Perdido Street Station, and they have earned him major awards, such as the Hugo, given in the genre of science fiction. Miéville's novels deftly mix heavy ideas with believable characters, which is exactly what Reeves and his collaborators did with Berserker. Miéville is the perfect caretaker for Reeves's character. The Book of Elsewhere is but the first stop for the BRZRKR franchise.
Well, now Keanu is adding comic book author to his resume with the release of Berserker.
A live-action movie starring Reeves is in development and will air on Netflix. In addition, a new anime series is set to premiere sometime in the future, and this is to say nothing of any future comics. Berserker was a labor of love for Keanu Reeves, and fans could not get enough of it. Reeves's story of a man seeking release from the pain of an immortal life resonated with fans, and now its story continues in a new novel, The Book of Elsewhere. Enter Keanu Reeves. Despite the star of today's video, Keanu Reeves, trying his best to live a quiet life, it would be impossible to not talk about him. Reeves was born in Beirut, Lebanon on September 2, 1964, the son of Patricia and Samuel Nolan Reeves, Jr. After his parents divorced in 1966, his mother moved the family to Sydney and then to New York City, where she married Paul Aaron, a Broadway and Hollywood director, in 1970. The couple then moved to Toronto, and Reeves had to watch them go through a divorce in 1971. When Reeves was 9, he took part in a theater production of Damn Yankees. Despite his divorce from Reeves' mother, Aaron remained close to Reeves, offering him advice and recommending him a job at the Hedgerow Theater in Pennsylvania. Reeves's mother married Robert Miller, a rock music promoter, in 1976. The couple divorced in 1980. This makes it the third divorce that Reeves had to watch his mother go through. Reeves and his sisters grew up primarily in the Yorkville neighborhood of Toronto, with a nanny caring for them frequently. Reeves watched British comedy shows such as The Two Ronnies, and his mother imparted English manners that he has maintained into adulthood. Describing himself as a private kid, he attended 4 different high schools, including the Etobicoke School of the Arts, from which he was expelled. Reeves said he was expelled because he was just a little too stubborn and shot his mouth off once too often. He was not generally the most well-oiled machine in the school. Reeves has dyslexia and has said that because he had trouble reading, he wasn't a good student. At De La Salle College, he was a successful ice hockey goalkeeper. Reeves had aspirations to play for the Canadian Olympic team and was once considered an OHL prospect, but his hockey career ended due to injury.
Yeah, I grew up in Toronto, Canada. Moved there when I was 7 or 8 and started playing street hockey and then ice hockey and then played a lot of hockey. I played net, was goaltender.
It was at the age of 15 that he decided he wanted to become an actor. After leaving De La Salle College, he attended Avondale Secondary Alternative School, which allowed him to get an education while working as an actor. Reeves dropped out of high school when he was 17. He obtained a green card through his American stepfather and moved to Los Angeles 3 years later. Hitting new heights. In 1991, Reeves starred in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, a sequel to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, with his co-star Alex Winter. Michael Wilmington of the Los Angeles Times wrote that the sequel was more imaginative, more opulent, wilder and freer, and more excitingly visualized, praising the actors for their fuller performances. The rest of 1991 marked a significant transition for Reeves's career as he undertook adult roles. Things were finally looking up for him. Co-starring with River Phoenix as a street hustler in the adventure My Own Private Idaho, the characters embark on a journey of personal discovery. The story was written by Gus Van Sant and is loosely based on Shakespeare's Henry IV, Part 1, Henry IV Part 2, and Henry V. The film premiered at the 48 Venice International Film Festival, followed by a theatrical release in the United States on September 29, 1991. The film earned $6.4 million at the box office. My Own Private Idaho was positively received, with Owen Gleiberman of Entertainment Weekly describing the film as a postmodern road movie with a mood of free-floating, trance-like despair. A rich, audacious experience. The New York Times complimented Reeves and Phoenix for their insightful performances. He starred in the action thriller Speed alongside Sandra Bullock and Dennis Hopper. Speed was the directorial debut of Dutch director Jan de Bont. Several actors were considered for the lead role, but Reeves was chosen because Bont was impressed with his Point Break performance. To look the part, Reeves shaved all his hair off and spent 2 months in the gym to gain muscle mass. During production, Reeves's friend River Phoenix passed, resulting in adjustments to the filming schedule to allow him to mourn. Speed was released on June 10th to a critically acclaimed response. Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune lauded Reeves, calling him absolutely charismatic, giving a performance juiced with joy as he jumps through elevator shafts and atop a subway train. David Anson, writing for Newsweek, summarized Speed as relentless without being overbearing. This is one likely blockbuster that doesn't feel too big for its britches. It's a friendly juggernaut. The film grossed $350 million from a $30 million budget and won 2 Academy Awards in 1995.
Action Movie Star Award to the man who embodies all these qualities, Keanu Reeves.
Best Sound Editing and Best Sound. In 1999, Reeves starred in the critically acclaimed science fiction film The Matrix, the first installment in what would become the Matrix franchise. To prepare for the film, which was written and directed by the Wachowskis, Reeves had read Kevin Kelly's Out of Control, The New Biology of Machines, Social Systems, and the Economic World, and Dylan Evans's Ideas on Evolutionary Psychology. The principal cast underwent months of intense training with martial arts choreographer Yuen Wu-ping to prepare for the fight scenes. The Matrix proved to be a box office success, Several critics considered it to be one of the best science fiction films of all time. Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times felt it was a wildly cinematic, futuristic thriller that is determined to overpower the imagination, despite perceiving weaknesses in the film's dialogue. Janet Maslin of the New York Times credited Reeves for being a strikingly chic Prada model of an action hero, and thought the martial arts stunts were the film's strongest feature. The Matrix received Academy Awards for Best Film Editing, Best Sound Editing, Best Visual Effects, and Best Sound, Directorial Debut, and Career Resurgence. In 2013, Reeves starred in his own directorial debut, the martial arts film Man of Tai Chi. The film has multilingual dialogue and follows a young man drawn to an underground fight club, partially inspired by the life of Reeves's friend Tiger Chen. Principal photography took place in the China and in Hong Kong. Reeves also employed the assistance of Yuan Wu-ping, the fight choreographer of the Matrix films. Man of Tai Chi premiered at the Beijing Film Festival and the Cannes Film Festival, and received praise from director John Woo. A wider, warm response followed suit. Bilge Ebiri of Vulture thought the fight sequences were beautifully assembled, and Reeves showed restraint with the film editing to present the fighters' motion sequences.
Yeah, let's go make a movie in Mandarin and Cantonese in China. That's crazy. And that sounded really exciting to me.
The Los Angeles Times wrote about the brutally efficient shooting style Reeves employs to film master choreographer Yuan Wu-ping's breathtaking fights as refreshingly grounded and old-school kinetic, while Dave McGinn of the Globe and Mail called the film ambitious but generic. At the box office, Man of Tai Chi was a commercial disappointment, grossing only $5.5 million worldwide from a budget of $25 million. Also in 2013, Reeves played Kai in the 3D fantasy 47 Ronin.
A press conference to promote a 47 Ronin movie based on the iconic Chusingura or loyalty story of the same name was held in Tokyo on Monday.
A Japanese fable about a group of rogue samurai. The film premiered in Japan but failed to gain traction with audiences. Reviews were not positive, causing Universal Pictures to reduce advertising for the film elsewhere. 47 Ronin was a box office flop and was mostly poorly received. After this series of commercial failures, Reeves's career rebounded in 2014. He played the title role in the action thriller John Wick, directed by Chad Stahelski. In the first installment of the John Wick franchise, Reeves plays a retired hitman seeking vengeance. He worked closely with the screenwriter to develop the story, noting that they all agreed on the potential of the project. Filmed on location in the New York City area, the film was eventually released on October 24th in the United States. The Hollywood Reporter was impressed by the director's confident, muscular action debut and Reeves' effortless performance, which marked his return to the action genre. The praise would not stop there. Jeanette Katsoulis of the New York Times praised Reeves's fight scenes and wrote, "He is always more comfortable in roles that demand cool over hot, attitude over emotion." John Wick proved to be a box office success, grossing $86 million worldwide. Next, Reeves starred in a smaller-scale horror feature, Knock Knock, a remake of Death Game. Described as over-the-top destruction by the Toronto Star, Reeves plays a father, home alone, when two young women show up and start a game of cat and mouse. Things did not go all smoothly for Reeves. Reeves appeared in 5 film releases in 2016.
With this movie, Knock Knock, it's about home invasion, and I'm wondering what about that appealed to you, because the tables are kind of turned. Usually the female is the victim here.
The first was Exposed, a crime thriller about a detective who investigates his partner's death and discovers police corruption along the way. The film received negative reviews for its confused plot, and Reeves was criticized for displaying limited facial expressions. Keanu Reeves has always tried to keep his private life private. But what about his love life? Keanu Reeves and Alexandra Grant. Even the most private of persons still needs love, and Keanu Reeves is no different. He found love and found it in the person of Alexandra Grant. Though the 59-year-old Matrix actor has reportedly been dating the 50-year-old visual artist since 2019, the pair were friends and colleagues for at least 8 years before their relationship turned romantic. In 2011, the pair discovered their professional bond when Grant surprised Reeves with a book called Ode to Happiness, which combined his own writing with her illustrations. Grant previously said, she's glad she met the Matrix actor when she was already established in her career. During a September 23, 2023 interview with People, she talked about her relationship with Reeves and the pros of falling in love in her adult years.
Alexandra Grant is revealing what she loves most about Keanu Reeves. The artist gets candid about her relationship of more than 4 years with the John Wick actor, telling People in an interview published September 23rd.
According to her, the good news about falling in love as an adult is that she had built her own career by the time that her relationship had begun. She feels very confident in the relationship on the red carpet. She feels confident on it alone. Grant noted that sometimes she gets frustrated creatively and could feel like a Maserati stuck in traffic. But thanks to Reeves, he's helped her overcome this feeling. What she loves about him and their exchange is that they push each other to build new roads. When she was asked about their relationship, she described it as seeing the other person's problem-solving as inspiring. She notes that he is such an inspiration to her, as she continued to heap praise on his creativity, kindness, and hard work. Grant said that as an artist, her work has absolutely changed since she started dating Reeves. In a 2020 interview with British Vogue, Grant recalled what it was like to work on the project with Reeves and said their friends were the ones who pushed them to publish the book. Going public with love. In 2019, the pair were pictured at several red carpet events together. In May 2019, they attended the Mocha Benefit in Los Angeles. Then, 1 month later, they went to the Saint Laurent Men's Show in Malibu, California, where they were seen holding hands. The couple were pictured holding hands again at the LASMA Art Plus Film Gala in Los Angeles in November 2019. By the time they walked that red carpet, fans were starting to put 2 and 2 together about their relationship. Rumors began surfacing that Reeves and Grant were dating one another, even though they never officially confirmed it themselves. In her 2020 interview with British Vogue, Grant revealed how she felt about her relationship with Reeves going public. During the interview, Grant also shared her views about marriage. When asked if she would be interested in getting married, Grant responded that she would love to divulge that information over a glass of wine. Love at every level is deeply important to her identity, she commented. She does not believe that isolation is the way. There is a period of isolation that she does as a painter, but she deeply values the experience of being in relationships. What do you think of Keanu Reeves not having a moment of privacy to himself? And how do you think he is handling it? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.